Steven Phillips picks it up. The Lakers are running, gunning. Showtime! Steven Phillips. Gives it up. Here comes Anish. Crosses through the center of the circle. Looks to the right. Says, no, I'll go left because I don't believe you can guard me. And he says, and one, brother Mikey. And what it is. Mikey Patel with the foul. Anish going to the foul line to finish it off. This is one guy that comes in week after week. He's a blue-collar player. He just gets the job done. His name is Anish. He's got a nice game. Denny praising the Lord as he goes down to the low block. Anish with the free throw, trying to finish off the play. Folks, one thing in the FDBL is for certain. People need to work on free throws. We senior citizens are getting tired of seeing this. The cutting, Falon Matthew, cannot get it done. But Josh Samuel, who is there, ladies and gentlemen, once again to get the job done, Mr. Fundamentals. Ivan John brings out the ball. Oh, can you say facial? He put something in his face, but it wasn't the basket. And that's the only thing that counts in this league. We got to fight for the ball. Who's going to want it? Ivan John wants it. Or is it Joel John? But he doesn't really want it because he gives it right back to Falon Matthew. Falon Matthew on the right-hand side. Gives it to their newfound star, Smash, with a bad shot. Ivan John brings up the ball. Denny Matthews just took two people off the dribble, went to the left, went to the right, up and under. Good. Denny Matthews. Fundamental. Anish Matthew brings up the ball. Going to the right side of the court. Keeps it in the middle. Where will he go? He says, I'm going right. No, I'm going left. Josh Samuel with a couple of moving picks, but it doesn't matter because it's not being used anyway. Their newfound star gets a strip. Folks, he's having a tough two possessions there, and Lakers throw the ball over anyway. Anish brings up the ball on the right side of the court. This is clearly going on the right side of the court. Brings up the ball. Josh Samuel looks into play. Steps away from the pick. Now gives a pick. Anish comes up to the three-point line. Gives it to Falon Matthew. Falon Matthew says, no, that wasn't good. We're going to reset. Looks Steve Phillips right in the eye. Decides to go right back to Josh Samuel. Josh Samuel with a little pump fake and says, I'm going right, brother, but I'm going left. Actually, I'm not going to the hole at all. And Ivan John collects the rebound, brings the ball up the court. Going to the left side, Denny Matthew with the ball. Takes a few dribbles, takes a look, steps up to the three-point line. Instead of pulling it, he says, team, we're going to set up a play. Steve Phillips to his left-hand side is using this pick, but he's not going to use the pick. Sajeev Thomas, Dr. Sajeev Thomas. Sorry, sir, if you watch this YouTube special, but Dr. Sajeev Thomas sets a pick, not being used. Falon Matthew with the rebound, gives it to Anish. Anish goes up the floor, right-hand side of the court. Looks like the play will be going to the right. Samish sets a little mini pick. It is effective because Anish, is his last name Matthews? My staff tells me they're not sure. But Anish drains the three-pointer with the little man setting the pick. You see, Saad? Denny Matthew misses the shot. Rebound. Dr. Sajeev Thomas. Anish collects the ball, goes up the court on the left-hand side. Goes to the left-hand side, picked up by Ivan John. Ivan John picks him up aggressively, runs into Josh Samuel's pick. Josh Samuel saying, give me the ball down low because this is what I do. I'll show you what I do. Turn over the ball, that is, but not very often. Gives it up anyway, gives it ahead to Steve Phillips. Gives it ahead to Matt Thomas. They pat inbound the ball to Anish. Anish brings up the ball to the right-hand side. Looking at the commissioner, looking a little bored over there. Get into it. Picks up the pen, starts writing something. Probably giving me a suspension or something. Anish uses the pick. Effective pick this time. Look at Josh Samuel. Josh Samuel wants the foul, and I'm not very sure if that's not a bad case he's asking for. But the game rolls on. Josh Samuel looks inbound to Falon Matthew. We haven't heard that name in a little while. He comes in, gives it to Gil. Gil does the Sean Marion shot, but misses. But right back out to Josh Samuel, right to Gil. And one with Gil. I'll tell you what, this young man, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching in California or you're watching in New York, this young man is making a name for himself. He learns very quickly. He took a three-pointer, missed it, and the next possession he says, you know what, I'm cutting to the hole, finds himself on the three-point line. With this release though, he is not going to finish a three-point play. If he works on that release, he can finish a three-point play. Misses the shot, they rebound, gives it ahead. Referee, are you tired? Are you good? He's good. With the chuckle, he's ready to buckle. Gives it to Denny Matthew. Denny Matthew brings up the ball. He's pointing to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. And then Steve Phillips almost falls because he couldn't believe how wide open he was. But instead he says, you know what? Mr. Gill can do it on that side. I'm doing it on this side. Takes it to the hole instead of taking a three-point play. Andis brings up the ball on the right-hand side. Looks at Ivan. Ivan holding his knees, showing a little bit of fatigue. Runs into a two-man defense right there, but then backs it back out. That's Fdbl Matthew going to the other side. Kind of wide open for a second, but they find their superstar, Sumesh. Sumesh looks at the defense and finds Gill. We got a two-way connection, brand new. Gives it to Josh Samuel, misses a three-pointer. Denny Matthew with another rebound for another day. Brings it up the court. He's looking like he's coming up the center of the court, so the defense can't figure out whether the play is going to the left or to the right. He says number one, no idea what that means. Here's Josh Samuel playing some panic defense. Left, right, better calm down. He got a knee brace on. Comes, stops on a dime, gives it to Steve. Steve says, I'm not taking this either. Matt Thomas says, I'll take it. Was it a three-pointer or was it a pass? Denny Matthew resets the play while we try to figure that mystery out. Takes it down low. Josh Samuel, not knowing what's going on, puts up his hand, gets it down low to Sajid, Dr. Sajid that is, misses. We have a foul. Let's see what the call is. Foul's on the Lakers, FDBS ball. We got a new player in the game for the first time. Chris Currian replaces Dr. Sajid Thomas. Sorry, Chris Nyman. Haven't seen him. Didn't recognize him. Now I recognize him. Josh Samuel inbounds the ball to Anish. Josh Samuel backs around a pick not being used. Anish backs up. Oh, there it is. Gets the ball cut off. Wonderful play by Steve Phillips. Takes it aggressively to the hole. Finishes the play. This young man came to do it on both ends today. Defensively gets the steal, finishes on the other side. Anish saying, I don't want to make that mistake again. Quickly gives it to Josh Samuel. Josh Samuel gets fouled with that spinning, whirly derb shot. He will find himself going to the line. What's more impressive today, ladies and gentlemen, was the Orlando Magic coming out of the box. Just a few updates. Orlando wins 114-100 at the Amway Arena today. Dwight Howard, 25 points, 22 rebounds, man among men. Josh Samuel, just doing something else again. I am telling you, FDBL players are struggling on the free throw line. If people converted free throws in this league, it'd be different scores, different games. Look at this. What they do is they miss the free throw and then they tap out the rebound because they'd rather just take the field goal. Referee says, I'm not going to give you the call, young man, if you're not going to hit the free throws. You're wasting our time. So they bring the ball the other way. The Lakers up. Gives it to Chris Nyman. Chris Nyman says, I'm wide open. You know what I do when I'm wide open? I pass the ball to Steve Phillips, but Steve Phillips can't get over there. Anish tracks down the ball. Anish doesn't track down the ball. Steve Phillips goes up the court, gives it to a wide open Denny Matthew, doesn't know what to do yet. He gives it to Steve Phillips. Steve Phillips with a missed shot. Ball goes over to FDBS. Other updates. Yesterday, Washington Wizards talking a lot of yang, but LeBron comes through with 32 points. Ladies and gentlemen, man among men. Cleveland Cavaliers take game one. They lead the series 1-0. And in a thriller on the West Coast, Phoenix loses after having a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter to the San Antonio Spurs in double overtime, and that was just game one. Tim Duncan, 40 points, including a game-tying three-pointer in the first overtime to go to second overtime, give him a chance to win. In other games, Chris Paul, in his debut, 33 points for the young man from New Orleans. 33 points in his first game, in his first playoff game. New Orleans takes a one-game lead. Many folks said they don't have experience. New Orleans says, we'll just introduce ourselves every single time. And in the late night game, Utah takes care of